If you're new to the gym and trying to build some real muscle, this video is going to save you a lot of wasted time, let you avoid a lot of bad advice given by influencers and fitness gurus that really have lost touch with the regular person, and probably save you a few injuries along the way. A lot of beginners walk into the gym and think the best way to grow muscle is doing the most hardcore exercises with the heaviest weight you possibly can, and sort of just hoping for the best and hoping that you're getting stronger and your muscle is growing. That's not actually how muscle is built. So in this series, I'm breaking muscle building down from the ground up. No confusing science, no powerlifting rabbit holes, no diamond gym workouts, just what you're actually gonna need to know to jumpstart your muscle building journey. This first episode is going to be the foundation of building muscle. Before we talk any sets or reps or programs, you need to understand what muscle building actually is and what that entails. Muscle building it's really simple at its core. You challenge the muscle, you recover, then over time that muscle tissue starts to build, and that's really it. It's not about maxing out on every lift. It's not about copying advanced lifters or bodybuilders. And it's definitely not about destroying all your joints and ligaments just to say you can squat or bench a certain amount. Your main goal as a beginner is to give your muscles a reason to actually grow safely, consistently, and repeatably. So let's talk about compound movements, because I feel like this is where a lot of beginners get confused. A compound movement just basically means an exercise that moves multiple joints and works multiple muscles at once. And these are broken down into basic movement patterns. So you have your squat patterns, you have your pushing patterns, and then you're gonna have your pulling patterns. And here's the key thing that most people don't tell to beginners, and that's it's about learning the movement more so than the tool that's being used. You don't need to have a barbell squat and a barbell bench and be deadlifting 405 to be progressing in your muscle building journey. Those are just other options, other tools. They're not prerequisites or any requirements or like an introduction or initiation for you to get into the gym and start to actually build muscle. And for your lower body, for the squat patterns, these patterns can be learned by doing things like leg press or a hack squat, or my personal favorite as of recent, the belt squat. I've really worked on my squat form, but even then, I still, just getting older, I've had problems with my knee, and especially not even loading squat very heavy, but still just feeling it in my lower back. As far as deadlifts, my lower back was fine, but when I came to squat, there's a lot of lingering soreness in my lower back and stiffness. And by switching to the belt squat, it was loading like from your hips, and even with getting nice and deep knee flexion, I feel like I don't feel my knees. This is pulling from such a nice part of my body that it just feels completely safe, and I can load it and push hard and actually grow my quads very effectively without having to worry about a barbell squat at all. For pressing, plate-loaded machines are going to be very valuable because they're putting you in a fixed position to really target that muscle without isolating it, but it's allowing you to focus less on your stabilizer muscles, which are still going to be working with these plate-loaded machines. It's not like, an isolation machine where it just has you in a very fixed position to just target that muscle. You're going to be able to find your movement pattern and see how it's supposed to move and how it's supposed to feel, and actually get a decent stretch, especially with plate loaded. For me, a barbell, I have really good range of motion when I'm benching, so I could really get far back and keep that tension. So something like a barbell or Smith machine is not even practical for me because it stops me at a position that I'm still strong in. I can still get deeper into it, and that's why I use a plate loaded machine, and it allows me to really get that full range of motion. And then as a beginner, it's just way more safe. You're going to be compensating with a lot of muscles because you've never even worked out before. There's a lot of things that are going to be trying to take over. A lot of muscles are going to be trying to take over, like your front delts, your triceps are going to be trying to take over your pressing movements because they're not used to any movement pattern. So as a beginner, I wouldn't want to have someone just hop on a bench. It just screams for an injury when you know nothing about the movement and you're trying to throw your arms at it and you're trying to get in a position and you don't know quite how to hold it, especially if you don't have a trainer, you're by yourself. That's just asking to get hurt. Like I said, this is not about lifting the most weight and maxing out. It's about finding your movement patterns and seeing where you feel your muscle actually being activated and worked. And for pulling, it's pretty simple, like a chest supported plate loaded machine, a lat pull down, any type of row. It's really gonna be the only movement pattern you need. You don't need a big bent over barbell row where you can't even stand up straight and you're bracing in a weird part of your back, so you really can't get a good pull. You can work on all those patterns in a fixed machine, in a plate-loaded machine, and not completely wreck your back just starting out. Your job as a beginner is to move well and to actually feel the muscles that you're trying to target and train. Something like barbells, I feel like personally, they demand more skill. The machines in like supported movements, plate-loaded machines, they let you focus on that targeted muscle instead of just trying to survive that lift because you have no idea how to do it. A lot of people don't realize these movements are skills. All these different lifts, it's all like different skills. You aren't just going to the gym and then you're just automatically amazing at squatting and then you can load it up. Like, you need to adapt and find out how your body moves. It's different for everybody. Everyone has different mobility. You have different ankle mobility. You bend in different ways. You have to figure it out for yourself. I'm not saying barbells are bad or anything. You just don't need them yet. And to be honest, you may never ever need them to get the physique you've always wanted. And obviously to get better at bench, or you love deadlifting and it's been your strong point and you want to see that grow, then obviously you're going to have to squat, you're going to have to deadlift. If you want to improve that movement specifically, you want to get better at the squat, you're going to have to squat. That's the caveat to that. But if that's not your goal, then I wouldn't worry about doing any squatting or benching or deadlifting. I've did that for a season just because I wanted to get strong. I wanted to focus on strength because I didn't do that for a long time. And I didn't grow any more muscle than usual. And I just felt way more beat up in my knees and my hips and my lower back. So no, you don't need to do those big compound movements to grow muscle. But just realize you're emulating them on different machines to learn that movement pattern. Your muscle doesn't care what you're doing. It doesn't know if you're using a barbell or if you're using machine or if you're using cables. Your muscle just knows the tension and your effort and your consistency. So if you're just starting out in your gym journey, here's what matters. Pick movements for yourself that actually feel stable and controlled. Use exercises that lets you specifically lift heavy and train hard without feeling any tendon or ligament or joint pain. Learn your basic movement patterns, squat, pressing, pulling, without ego, without thinking you have to jump on a deadlift or get under a bar to even learn those patterns. I feel like if you going under a barbell for a squat, it's actually going to be more of a learning curve to get in, learn how to brace and learn where your tension needs to be and get your back in the right position. Like, I feel like you need to develop more skills and more stabilizers before you even get to squatting just on a barbell with no assistance. Just know if it feels good for you, you can get a good lift in on your targeted muscle and you can actually progress that over time, then it works. In the next episode, we're gonna get more practical. I'm gonna break down how many sets and reps you actually need for it to be effective, how hard you should be pushing yourself, how to actually know if you're training with the right intent and the right intensity. And that's where we start to build your actual plan and start to foresee your lifting structure. This episode was about the muscle building foundation. The next, we'll dive deeper into how to formulate your plan. If you're new to lifting and this sort of helped clear things up, stick with the series. And if you've ever been confused about a concept or a topic about muscle building, drop that down in the comments and I can go over and cover that for you. So that's it for this episode. Just to understand muscle building, I'll see you in the next.